Hello and welcome back to Almost Solitaire. We will start up with the next scenario pretty soon, but we'll just have a quick look at the campaign situation of the Loos campaign. We had the British, before the last battle, we had the British at 11 points and the Germans at 7 points, which had the British on a tactical victory level. But the last scenario changed things. The Germans won that by 6-4 victory tokens. So the campaign status is now 15 for the British and 13 to the Germans. So it's the campaign status is quite it's a draw state right now actually. So that's cool. We have some tight action coming up. Let's take a look at the scenario 6. So we have these coming up. Fight for the trenches, and this was fought actually 2 days after the last one we played, which was the German counterattack. So both sides have a foothold of the Hohenzollern redoubt, so they basically continue to fight over that. It's a struggle of control of that redoubt, and this is what I mean by tight action coming up, because as you can see here, we have British and Germans in the same complex, as well as some units here in the back for both sides, ready to fill up any gaps. I think the Germans are a bit closer here. They can actually with one movement get into the system here, while the British has a 2 hex, 2 rows here to transfer before they can get up to the Hohenzollern redoubt. So they basically mean that they need 2 movements to get up there, but well, with a good combat card or activation card, they can actually do it in 1 move. And as you can see, there's no man's land shelling in this scenario, and both sides are kind of in the attack. So I have actually chosen to play the Germans in this scenario because the Loos campaign is 5 scenarios, and 3 of those I will be playing the British. I've already played 2 British and 1 German, so I will play this German, and the last one I will play the British again. That's my plan. So this is a bit of a larger battle in terms of victory tokens needed. We need 7 to win this, and actually, as you can see here, there's not many ways you can gain these. It's of course by eliminating unit, and also the side that has majority of units in the Hohenzollern redoubt gains 1 medal for that, and I think the German starts with that because they have more units here than the British. And there's no race against time. So basically this must be a bloody battle, because basically you only can gain victory medals by killing the enemies, other than the one you can gain from controlling the redoubt. Okay, so special rules. As you can see, we need to determine who will go first by rolling 2 targeting dice per side, and largest sum goes first. And then we have the same as we have seen before, the artillery observation advantage, and the Germans has that in the beginning. We have 3 combat cards each, 6 HQ tokens, and a reserve artillery strength of 4. So here's the setup. I think we'll do the same way as we used to. Take a quick look at what we have. So Back here on the German side we have a trench mortar. In this corner of the trench we have this mining complex buildings here. We have one rifle unit located there. Over to the right hand side we have two rifle units, one boosted with a bomber. And in the readout itself we have machine guns here, rifles, 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 and a bomber. Another machine gun in this junction, two infantry unit, another one boosted as a bomber here. So pretty many troopers, and yeah, I counted two machine gun units there and one trench mortar as heavy equipment. On the British side, if you go way back here to the reserve line, they have these mortar here, rifles, a gap there and more rifles. There they have a machine gun. Oh sorry, there's the machine gun and there's another trench mortar. And in the readout itself, a bomber, rifles, rifles, and back here another bomber unit, rifles, and a machine gun located here, and here is another rifle unit in this bend. So to overlook it, it's I mean here it's really tight from the beginning. I guess if you go first and have a good card here, you can do some pretty heavy damage already. So we can check out the cards as well. So for the British player, they have this combat card espionage, meaning they can draw 3 cards from my hand and return 1. They have this tactician card, which is really good. They can change the section of a section card to one of their choice. And then they have this useful card for close combat, where they can get 2 additional dice in close combat by being handed some extra hand grenades. And on our side we have this Storm of Fire, which I sometimes call Storm of Steel. I don't know why I do that, but I noticed I mentioned that name in another video. Its proper name is Storm of Fire. 4 battlefield units, no movement, no close combat, but they fire with 1 additional die. And then we have a Assault Right. For combat cards we have a Short Supply. That's the one we can choose 1 enemy or friendly unit and move it to the baseline. We have a Return Fire. That's a good card. We can return fire from the enemy and also add 2 dice to that roll. And we have a Lost Messenger. Pretty expensive card, but that can hinder the enemy unit from actually activating units, or is restricted to 1 unit. And they cannot order reserve artillery, and if the player played a combat card, it's returned to his hand as well as the HQ tokens. Yeah, so without further hassle we just jump into turn 1. Or actually, let's check first who goes first. So this is the British roll. They got 9, and the German roll, alright, 4. So the British will go first. Okay, let's fire this battle up then. Okay, so the British player will play a Probe Center as his first card. So we'll order 2 units in the center. I don't know if the British is really happy with that. I think it would be good to see some action here, basically, but let's see if he wants to change already the section. So let's see if he wants to play this tactician card first. No. There's another one he could play, and that's the combat card Espionage. He could already, you know, draw some cards from my hand. No, he opted not to play that either. So he goes with a plain 2 in the center section. So what to do then? This is quite hard. I mean, he could of course move up 2 units here, but is that good? I mean, I could retaliate pretty heavily. I don't know. He could fire with his machine gun, of course. That would give him a 1 die attack here somewhere, but I don't know. I don't really know what to do here. Of course, we have always the option for a artillery barrage. Maybe that's a good opening. Putting a good barrage here somewhere on my bomber unit, probably then. Or maybe here so he can hit more units. Okay, so that will be 1 activation. The artillery, and then for the other one, I don't know if he's really that interested in moving units right now. So let's fire with the... Maybe his bomber unit can fire 1 die at my machine gun unit there. Yeah, let's do that. So he needs to pay 4 to activate his artillery, like that, and then we put the template over this unit. So he will hit with a roll of 5 and 2 as well as the doubles. And there's no double, and there's only a 2 that will hit. Oh, I can also mention that you probably always did see that in the scenario setup. There's no wire in this, so it's just, you know, open ground to traverse if you want from anywhere. Anyway, we got one die roll here. Let's see what we get. Deadly die, which is nothing since it's not the target hex. Oh no. Okay, sorry about that. Fix that real quick. And like that. And then we have this fire 1 die here at my machine gun. Nothing there either. Since it's 3 hexes away, the deadly dice doesn't count for bomber units. So that's basically his turn. So, for my turn, I could do an assault ride or open up with a storm of steel, which is, I think I need to use this right away. 4 units with 1 additional die. I mean, these 3 guys are, I just have to order those. 1 additional. I could put this machine gun into work as well. Just fire at these guys, or maybe 1, 2, 3, 4. I can fire at against his machine gun there. Yeah, let's do that. So let's start with that. I get 2 dice there. And I got 1 HQ token. Speaking of HQ tokens, is there anything... Okay, I could have returned fire previously. Well, no. Okay, I gain 1 of these. And then to the more interesting part here. So he has a bomber unit there. I of course want to put most of them are fired there. So I think I'll start with this bomber unit. So I get 3 dice, and deadly dice is counting. Okay, he ignores those, but takes 1 hit from my bomb grenade launch there. So that's this game's first casualty. And the second rifle unit at the same target, 3 dice, but no deadly dice counted this time, but I gained 1 burst symbol. Yeah. And then we also got this machine gun, who already has 3 dice from the beginning, so he actually fires with 4 dice. 1 burst and 1 HQ token. The 1 burst inflicts a hit, of course. So these guys are actually already down to 1 now. Pretty good start there for me. Okay, before we move on, we need to do some intern stuff for the British, which I forgot. So let's check if he wants a card or more of these. He actually wants a card since he rolled less than he has a number of these, so he chooses a card. Interesting choice there. Battle Fury, okay, he can continue with a bonus close combat if he plays this. Let's move these guys a bit and put you there. Okay, and then he could have discarded 1, but I don't think he wants to do that. So let's go to my end turn stuff. I draw another card, and I got Recon Force. Why not? And he also needs 1 of these, of course. Actually, that is what he will play if we're gonna play this correctly. That's his card, and we can really reveal that already because we're gonna play that now. But anyway, I need to choose. I have plenty of these, 3 of these, so I will actually grab another combat card. Ah, really good. Excellent. Okay. I think we can... I'll give it a quick thought and see what he wants to do with this card. I'll be right back. Okay, so first of all I want to check if he is willing to play the combat espionage or not. No, he will not play that. He could have afforded that just because it costs 2, but he will not do that. So he got this 1. What shall we do? I think this guy's such a bad... I mean, he has no good path to retreat with this guy, right? And I don't think he just wants to stay there and die off. So he wants to do something with it. And I guess in this case he will actually attack. So he will go right to the flank here and hope for a good roll here to get some of my soldier symbols there, because this is my bomber, so that's valuable for me to yeah, I don't like to get any casualties there. And in the center section I think one of the big threats for him right now is this machine gun unit, right? I have this machine gun really in a good place here. I can put effective fire even to his second line there with 3 dice. So here's what I thought. These bomber guys, I think he wants to rush here, you know, to, well, actually pin these guys into close combat. They cannot fire outside here anywhere, right? Bad thing is that he's running, so he will not be able to fire or combat this turn. And I have a bomber unit here that can do some damage on him maybe next turn, but anyway, I think he will go with that. Oh, there you go. So those cannot combat, these can combat, and then I still have one activation here. And this is not easy because he has a trench mortar there, but that's out of range to pretty much everything. Same goes for the machine gun there. They don't see anything. One option would be to, you know, put a barrage here, but since you only have 2 of these, that's pretty useless. Maybe he should just let that flank be for now. He could, of course, begin to move up a machine gun or something, but that's, you know, this is a lot of open ground to cover for a machine gun who only can move 1 hex per turn, so it takes him 3 turns to move up here, so I don't know if that's too tempting either. On the other hand, it doesn't do much good back there, so it's hard to do a good decision here. I think I will let fate decide. I have 3 options basically. One is do nothing. Number 2 is start moving up these machine gun unit, and 3 is actually to put the 2 strength barrage here, maybe, or maybe even on my machine gun. So I will roll for that. 1 to 2. Not do anything on that flank. 3, 4, start moving the machine gun, and 5, 6, barrage. Okay, he wants to try that barrage options anyway, so he pays his last 2 HQ tokens and get 2 dice, and you know, we start with that. And now is the question, where should we put the template? I think we go here anyway. It's always a chance to hit something else with a 2 or a 5. Especially when we only have 2 dice, so we need to improve our chances to hit something. Okay, we got the 2, so we actually get 1 die on our machine gun unit there. And that's a flag, which I of course will ignore, so, well, pretty much as expected, nothing happened. In the center, or actually it's now in my left, but it started from the center section, that has moved 2, he will not battle, but this guy will. And now we'll check if he actually wants to use his hand grenade. Nope, he don't want to use that already, so we got 4 dice here. And deadly dice count. And what do we have here? We can ignore 1 flag, we can ignore 1 of these, but I actually take 2 hits. Too bad for him I did not retreat, so he's out there in the open. But I think that's the best that he could do, right? I mean, of course he could stay, fire from there, maybe he would get 1 unit or something of mine, but next time he will anyway be killed probably, so it's better to do as much damage as possible before you go down. It only has 1 soldier left there, so yeah. Also, what I was thinking of is, would he have gained these close combat and forced me to retreat, or even eliminated me? There's a chance that he could have activated his Battle Fury and continue his attack, you know, doing substantial damage here with his very weakened unit. But anyway, I think he could be quite happy anyway. I mean, he got 2 of my guys in that attack. So let's discard his card and put it here. And we are ready for my turn 2. So I could either I could do an assault right, or I could counterattack, meaning recon in force. Of course, I mean, this is a problem. I think I need to counter him because, first of all, I really need to take the opportunity to kill off this guy. I want to attack this guy, and I can do that from the center now. And on my right hand side, I think I could begin to move up some from my reserve line. Yeah, I think I counter him with the recon in force here. Is there anything other happening here? No. So I have a plain recon in force coming up. Is there anything I could play here? Machine gun. Actually, they could combat twice also in close combat. It doesn't restrict that, right? And with additional die. On the other hand, I don't want to activate that machine gun. I want to activate that guy on my left flank to attack him and use my bomber here. So I will not do the machine gun barrage yet. So let's start with movement, and on my right hand side I will just move up these guys to the redoubt. By the way, I forgot one thing. I have majority of hexes in the redoubt, so I actually have gained already one of these. Okay, so let's go to the combat then, and we could start here. Let's see, we have actually 4 dice and we have a bomber unit, so there's not much hope for him to survive this. No, and he has no cover, so all these count. So he's gone. He's gone, and we gained our second victory medal for that. And we could gain ground, but we don't want to get into the open terrain there. So let's go to the next one. We have 3 dice against his second bomber unit here with deadly die hits. Okay, we got an HQ token and 1 hit coming. So remove 1 guy here, and let's see, I have room. Let's take one of these first of all, and that's a probe left. Maybe that's what I need actually. I still have a big pile of these, and my hand is not full yet for combat cards, so I will grab another one. I think I forgot to do that for the Germans actually. He has no HQ tokens, so he actually should have drawn 2. He could also have discarded 1 for a third one, but no, he will not. Okay, so we got an advance at the top, which is good for us to get reserve guys up and maybe also do an attack. Yes. Let me see. Okay, it's all soldier units, not just infantry, and that's good. So that was turn 2. Casualty wise, we are in a big lead, 5-2, and one of those are the bomber unit. I've forgotten to do one other thing. Remember the new rule we implemented already in the last scenario. If we get a hit on a bomber unit, we actually need to check if that bomber unit is eliminated by that. So we will, if we roll a deadly die, which we did. So actually this is not a bomber, and it wasn't even when I fired, but you remember we got these soldier symbols, 3 of them, so we would have killed him anyway. Okay, but this is now a normal infantry unit. That's not bad. And for him, he did good damage. We actually need to check that for his bomber unit that we did hit. And we got the burst, which is nothing. So, now we're done with turn 2. A lot of things I'm forgetting here. Kind of worries me, but hey, let's hope we got everything else straight, and we will start up with the British turn 3. Okay, let's check this. Assault center. Okay, all battlefield units in center section. I think he might want to change that to this section, don't he? What do you think? It's not easy here either, because he needs to move out in open to get something done. On the other hand, his center is pretty locked. I mean, he cannot reach really anything here. Oh man, this is not easy to play as a British. The gap is so big here, and these guys are so far from mine. I think he would actually go for that. Yeah, he would. So, first of all, let's check if he wants to change the section. No, okay, so he will go for the center anyway. This is a tough one. Okay, and he cannot put any artillery here, so, and he don't have that much. We can also check if he's interested in playing his combat espionage. Nope, not that either. Okay. I'm really not sure on what to do here. I mean, the Germans are so much stronger here. Why should these guys move up to, you know, get ripped to pieces basically here? Not interested, I think. Of course, it would be nice to get these guys up. I think I'd do that, but the risk is if I put this in open, and the British does that, and he doesn't get an activation here. Next time these guys will be staying in the open, very vulnerable for my artillery barrages then. So at least if I want to move up these guys, I need to spread them out so they will be harder to hit. Okay, so let's do that. But these guys will actually stay and fire. And these guys will start to move up. I mean, he needs to get, that's for sure, he needs to get guys up here to, or he will be overrun here more or less. So these guys are in the center, so they will move up here in the open. These guys move up here. These guys move up here. So at least I have spread them out, so they will be harder to hit with my artillery. At least that's something. And he will get them in cover next turn if he gets an activation. And these guys are actually in another section, so maybe he get any of these at least. And he always have the chance to play the tactician card, so he can manage this movement a bit by his own. So let's go to the fire phase then. I mean, these guys are out of range, but these guys are in range, so they will fire. I could start with these guys. They will fire at my bomber unit here. That's the biggest threat, I think, for the British right now, because he can do damage here. Yeah. Let's start with that. So he fires with 1 die. Okay, he got an HQ token, which I think he's, well, somewhat happy with, because he doesn't have that many of those. Machine gun will fire against the same target. That's only 1 die because of the range. He got a flag. I will not retreat. And then he has this guy who will fire at my machine gun here with 1 die. And deadly die, nothing. So nothing happened, but he got his rear guys moving at least. By the way, I have this return fire card, but okay, it's 2 additional dice, of course. No, I'll save it for some more important situation. So let's see. First of all, we grab him a card section, or a disactivation card, and then we'll see if he wants more of these. Actually, he chooses a card. Messenger pigeons costs 2. Okay, so he can order. This is a good thing. He can. So if he gets a section card, a recon probe or attack, he could also with this card activate units in the other sections, 1 additional unit. And this is, I think, good when thinking of these guys, right? So let's see, he gets something maybe here activated. He could still activate 1 guy there and 1 guy there and move them into cover. So I think this is worth a lot for him. Alright, so I think we're ready with the British turn 3 then. So it's our turn. And we got a card in this important section here where the action is. So I think I'll play that. And who's to activate then? I'll go for the machine gun. I still have the option to do the barrage, meaning I can battle twice with an additional die. That means this guy is... I don't want to use that with only 1 machine gun. I want the other one in action as well. So... Okay, so let's do 1 attack here, and for the other activation, 1, 2, 3, 4. Actually, I could get a 2 dice attack from here as well into his bomber. Maybe I should do that, because if I'll activate my... Oh, sorry, trench mortar is back here. I was looking at the wrong unit. This is a rifle guy. Maybe I should get that into place then. Yep, okay, let's do that. I'll activate these anyway, and these guys move to the bend here, meaning I'm getting reserves up. Got loads of units here now. And this guy will attack with 3 dice. Do I have anything to boost my attack? No. And he doesn't... No, he don't... No, the Battle Fury is not... No, he doesn't have anything. So, let's do it. 1, 2 hits. Okay. He is in a bad position here now. Really bad position. He lost momentum in his attack, and I'm getting his bomber units. And speaking of that, we need to check if his bomber unit is lost. Nope. We need a deadly die for that. So that was my activation. These guys move 2, so they cannot fire, and I'll grab another one of these. And I'm getting an attack center. So this time I don't have anything on my left section, but from my center I still can reach him. And maybe I can actually start up an attack here now. I mean, I'm in a better position to do that. But let's see there for next turn. Okay, I have full hand of combat cards, so I will grab more of these. 2, and since I didn't play anything, I could discard 1 card, but I don't need to do that because I have a big pile of these. So yeah, this is it for this video. I think I wanna upload this. So as a short recap for what has happened, the main action has been here. I had a good card to start with, you know, mine Storm of Fire, so I got his bomber unit really badly beaten up there, so he got a bit desperate, attacked here with that unit, but got some losses on me here. Also killing my bomber figure there, which was a good thing for him, but then of course I got him in the open because he didn't manage to push me out of the trenches and get inside. In the center section there has been some fire going on, not much happening. Both guys are moving up some reserves. He has a longer road to traverse to get there, so he's not in yet. And I'm in the lead of 2-0. One of them I got because I had a majority of units in the redoubt, so yeah, that's the situation. And we will be back next time with turn 4, and let's see how this ends. Thank you very much for watching, and hope to see you soon again. Bye for now.